Welcome to Supt Talk, New Prague Area Schools and New Prague Area Community. My name is Tony Boothie, the Director of Educational Services for the New Prague Schools. We'd like to welcome you to Supt Talk, an interactive TV show where we talk with Superintendent Mr. Tim Dittburner and then guests from our school district. Before we get to our first guest, who is Mr. Jack McDonough, a freshman at the New Prague Schools, I'm going to ask Mr. Dittburner just a few questions and allow him the opportunity to kind of update us on what's going on at the New Prague School District. Good morning, Mr. Dittburner.
Good morning.
So just kind of with that, it's February, kind of in the middle of a lot of activities. We've got one-act play, we've got sports going on, the Christmas break is over, and things are going very well. Maybe just take a couple minutes to just kind of update everybody on some of the things that are happening in the New Prague schools.
Yeah, we're starting obviously at the high school or middle school, or the second half of the year here with the second semester with new classes and stuff like that, and we're already winding down our winter season with activities and athletics, which is exciting time with competition, stuff like that. We have the one-act play that won the subsection, went on to sections, and didn't qualify for state, but every year they do a wonderful job, and we're very proud of them. And this weekend, for example, we've got tomorrow night, Friday, we've got girls hockey in section competition, and on Saturday we have our dance team also in section. So I know they're hoping to do well and possibly get a state tournament berth.
All right. Speaking of, we have guests here once a month, and if you're ever looking for a lot of information, as Mr. Dittburner talks about, whether it's athletics, whether it's the arts, whether it's our activities, the New Prague School District website is a wonderful place that you can go to be updated on that. I have a question. Academics, arts, activities, there are such things called as the AAA award. But as a superintendent, well-rounded kids who are involved in lots of different activities and academics, does our school district provide what you believe to be high-quality programs in all three? And if so, how important is that for our students and our district?
Well, as our staff knows, I think every year I get up in front of everyone and tell them it's vital. It's very important. All three are important. Obviously, academics, but also to be able to excel in the arts, the fine arts, and you got Jack here. We'll talk about that in a second. And athletics. It's I always say it's not a zero-sum game that you're be good in this and you're not going to be good in that. But I think we can excel and continually get better every single year in those areas, and most importantly, providing those opportunities for kids, because we know kids that are involved in activities, whether it's the fine arts, the academics, athletics, all these co-curricular activities, research has shown that they're going to excel later in life because they're learning life lessons as they're going through here. So very important that we offer quality opportunities, and we have a commitment to excellence.
Well, and I'd like to just add a commitment too, is a lot of the people who coach or advise. There are teachers within the district too, and they take the extra time out of their day. They teach during the day, and then they coach or are involved in activities, doing concerts, whatever it might be. So we definitely thank those people for the work that they do also.
Absolutely, and like we say with the fine arts and athletics and all those things, it's just simply an extension of the classroom.
All right. Well, I'd like to welcome Mr. Jack McDonough, a freshman at the New Prague High School. And we have Jack here today and very excited about what he has going on. He has been invited to, or selected to sing, be part of a group at Carnegie Hall in New York City. And welcome, Jack, to Supt Talk.
Thank you.
So my first question is, just tell our viewers out there a little bit about yourself. We know that you're a freshman, but maybe a little bit about your family, where you're at school prior to this, things that you're involved in, and just some of those things.
Well, I'm a freshman. I've been in the musical. I've been in like 2 or 3. No, I'm not really big in like all of the performing arts. Not a huge fan of acting, but I always do the musicals just because I love music, And I also play ukulele, anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, my first question to you, then we'll turn it over to Mr. Dittburner, but how did you find out about the Honors Series and how to audition for that?
Well, they actually sent me a package for middle schoolers, and they sent it like very late. So we sent them an email and asked them if I could still do the high school one. And he said yes, and we auditioned and got in.
Okay. All
So
right.
when is this going to take place?
It happened last week.
Okay, last week, and why don't you talk about the experience itself?
I mean, it's amazing. You meet so many people from everywhere. I mean, you get chaperone groups, so you get closer with that group too. And I mean, I still talk to them now, like talk every day, text them, call them. It's just so fun. And the rehearsals are like very, very strict, but it was a good like teaching moment, you know.
Okay, all right. And how about here with yourself? You're getting acclimated to the high school. How's that going here, and your involvement in choir and stuff like that? And what other interests do you have academically?
I mean, I love high school. Choir's been great. Everything's same, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What groups are you in, Jack? Are you in any other groups besides just the big choir?
I'm in emotion and their barbershop.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So I understand there were 700 people selected out of 18,000 across the 50 states, Canada, and a number of other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So when you went to Carnegie and you saw those 700 people, were they all of different ages? Were they your age group, or were they 9 through 12? And then what was the actual performance like that night?
So there was 3 different choirs. And so my choir was a men and women's 9 through 12. There was a young adult, I don't know the ages of that one. And then there was a women's choir, I think that was also 9 to 12. And performing in Carnegie Hall was mind-blowing. It was crazy. When I walked in, I was like, it's just a big, you know, concert area, like no big deal. But when you start singing, the way the sound reflects and like comes back at you, it's crazy. We actually got like 3 standing ovations in the middle of our concert, and that kind of screwed up like one song though. But yeah.
Awesome. How about future goals for you?
I mean, I'd obviously like to pursue music, but 9th grader, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yep, you have to wait and see. And you were in the musical this past fall, Legally Blonde?
Yep.
Okay. Well, tell me about that. How was that?
I thought that was one of the most fun musicals I've ever participated in. I just thought it was really great to have all these people and growing closer bonds with them. Just made it more fun.
Yep, relationships. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That was one of my favorite musicals that's ever been here. So you guys did a great job.
So Jack, who went out to New York with you? I assume your parents.
Yep.
And
So you have the option of actually like staying with other kids or with your parents. So I wanted to stay with my parents because, you know, it's kind of weird just rooming with some random person. You have no idea who they are. So yeah, I just roomed with my parents, and I mean, it was great.
Had you ever been to New York City before?
Yes, once before. We went last year with school.
Oh, okay.
Good.
All right. Well, wonderful. Well, with the congratulations, and I don't know a whole lot about Carnegie Hall and singing, but just over the years you hear of all the very professional people that sing there and things that take place there, and we just understand that this is a once-in-a-lifetime type of a deal. Hopefully you get many more opportunities, but on behalf of the New Prague area schools, we definitely congratulate you for that award and actually applying, because a lot of people probably wouldn't stick their neck out there and try that a little bit. So
Thank you.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be continued success, and probably have you back in another year or two on Supt again. Would you do that?
Yeah,
Maybe we can have you sing one of your songs later on.
maybe.
So
Maybe.
All right.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in to Supt Talk today. And as always, if you ever have any questions specific to anything with the New Prague area schools, please visit our website or just call anyone in the district office or any of the buildings that you may have questions for. So we'll see you next time.